What's up, y'all? Back again today. Very short video. This is gonna be very short video. I just want to show you guys how basically white supremacy has infiltrated every area of our lives, including religion. Okay, so now many people will say the color of Jesus doesn't really matter, which is a debatable topic, but I just want to show you why representation matters and why I say that white supremacy is prevalent in everything. Okay, so this is a children's book, okay? My first read and learn Bible, right? Okay, but my thing is this, like, you see here on the cover, right? You got Jesus, right? Supposedly, quote unquote, Jesus Christ, and you got him teaching some kids, right? And then you got a black kid sitting on his lap, a black kid looking down here up at him. Maybe I don't know, she looks kind of Asian, whatever. But that's not the point. Okay, fine. So this book seems kind of cool, right? I mean, there's Jesus, even though we can get into that whole debate on whether Jesus was whatever, what race Jesus was, but okay, we see here there's different races, but there's definitely a black kid, and Jesus is definitely not black, because this kid is black and this guy is not the same as that guy. So then I opened up the book and I'm like, okay, and mind you guys, I'm not here to just always stir up some race debate, especially when it comes to religion, but I think that race and religion are two of the main factors in American society, and I think that when combined, you get a very interesting dynamic that we should explore. So like I said, let's just open the book real quick. We're not even going to read it, right? But like, it's just going through the whole Bible in a very short span just for kids, right? So the first page we see here is what? Adam and Eve, right? The first human beings. Now, science tells us, you know, and discoveries have told us that the oldest living remains have been found in the region that we know, that we call Africa. So if the oldest human remains are found in Africa, and the oldest humans, the first humans were in Africa, they were African, that means they were black. So how come Adam and Eve were white here? And mind you, many people will say, well, that doesn't matter. Well, if it doesn't matter, why do they have a black kid here? I don't understand. Why can they have a black kid sitting on Jesus's lap, but Jesus can't be black? How come they can have a black kid sitting on Jesus's lap, but Adam and Eve can't be black? You see, don't you see the problem here? So the first human beings were white. Okay, all right. Now mind you, if I'm a kid looking at this and I look like this kid, I'm looking for other kids, people that look like me, so that I can try to be great like them. Not saying that I can't be like him, but I want people that look like me so that I know I can do it too. People that look like me can do it. The first human beings don't look like me, right? Okay, who is this? This is Noah. Noah doesn't look like me. Noah's workers doesn't look like me. Noah's family doesn't look like me. None of the people that Noah brought on the boat looks like me as a black man. He brought all the animals. He brought sheep and elephants, and look, he got some rhinoceros. What is that? Is that a sheep? I don't know. I don't know what that is. But he brought all these animals on board. Didn't bring one Negro. Don't you find that kind of weird? Let's go to the next one. Then the storm came and everything was better. Still no niggas in sight. Then there's a big rainbow. Now mind you, I'm a black kid looking at this and I'm like, wow, look how beautiful. But there's no sight of me anywhere in this book. Now we go to Moses. Moses, it doesn't look like me. Moses' mom doesn't look like me. The Egyptians, the Egyptians who, mind you, on the wall in Egypt, right? On the walls in Egypt, the people are brown. Look it up. I'm not making it up. The people are this color on the walls in Egypt. During this time, they look like this. So if they have this guy on the cover, how come they can't make little baby Moses look like him? Or the people who found him look like him, right? Because we know that the people who found him were brown skinned, and he was raised among them, and the people that he was raised with didn't know that he was not one of them, so that must mean he was brown skinned as well to fit in with them. Okay, so now Moses grows up. Of course he's speaking to all his people, right? God spoke to Moses. He told Moses to save his people. His people. Who are his people? Moses' people were the Israelites. Moses' people were Israelites, okay? Moses being from the house of Levi, and these are his people being the Israelites, the people from the house of Israel, the house of Jacob. These were a race of people. And you're telling me that none of them were brown skinned? All of them look like this? But remember, we're going back to this guy because he's on Jesus's lap. Well, where is he in the book? Where is he in the book? Huh? Tell me. Since race doesn't matter and all lives matter and we're all included, if I'm a black kid looking at this book as a kid and I look at every single face, look, they're bringing sheep. They're bringing everything. These are a race of people. This is one race of people. You don't see any Negroes here. And it's okay to have all this one race of people and say that they were all white, but the moment you say that they were black, it's a problem. And I'm being divisive, and I'm being racist, and I'm being blasphemous, and I'm taking away from the story of God and the story of Jesus. You know? Look at this. Look at this. The people were free. All the people were free, but none of them were black. And none of them were black. Here's David and Goliath. Goliath isn't black. David isn't black. Right? None of these people in the Bible are black. But how, again, did we get this guy? Where's this guy? And this guy? Where are these guys in the Bible? Because they just crept up on Jesus one day? They just walked up on him? But obviously, there were no great people that looked like that in these stories. Right? Daniel, right? Daniel in the lion's den? This is Daniel. You're telling me this is Daniel. This man is who you call Daniel. Fucking, you know what? Whatever. Like I said, people, this isn't going to be too long. You know, I didn't want to make a whole thing about this. And I've done a few videos about it. People get on me. But look, Jesus is born. This is Mary. This is the Black Madonna. This is Mary, right? Okay. This is Mary, right? This is Mary and Joseph, right? Look at little Jesus, mind you. Hair's supposed to be looking like wool. His hair should look like that. His hair should be looking like that hair. His hair should look like that hair. Hair of wool, right? But no black people. We got donkeys, but we don't got black people in this story. Nope. Then the people who come to praise, and everyone's here praising him. Look at that. Not a brown-skinned person in sight. How is this? Look at all these people. Jesus does God's work. And all of these people, look at this. And I'm racist, right? You couldn't even put a nigga in the bushes nowhere. You could have put a nigga popping up the bushes like, where's Waldo? Like, you could have put him like way back here or something. You put all white people, and mind you, you're saying he does good for all people, but you don't put none of us in here. Much less, you would never make that man black. You would never make him this color. So, is it me who's being racist? Is it me who's being divisive? Because, again, as a child, if I'm looking for representation in people who look like me, all I see is other people. What am I going to do? I'm going to look for them. And finally, at the end of the book, but Jesus loved everyone. Oh yes, he loved everyone. Come on, little Negro. I know you were not part of any of these stories in the book, and you're not great at all. You're not holy. You haven't done anything to redeem your people. You haven't done anything of merit or worth commending. But come, sit on my lap and let me teach you about white supremacy. This is how we have been infiltrated in American society and all around the world. A children's book, mind you. So with that being said, of course, I don't want to take too much of your time. I am J-leethal. I'm going to continue to tell the truth until they kill me. And with that being said, I need you to vibrate higher.